Up and Adam.
Tractor systems are offline.
We are Beyond FM.
Beyond FM.
The future of broadcasting is here.
Up and Adam with Adam Montiel. It's community content from Concentrate. It's Up and Adam with Adam Montiel.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Yes, some say life is just where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for being Up and Adam. My name is Adam Montiel, doing the show today from the Allegretto Vineyard Resort, part of a media tour. It's been really cool to meet some different media folks from all over the state of California. We'll be here till Friday. We got part 2. I'm excited. Yesterday, we met the kangaroo. Today, we're going to dive deeper even into the wild. We had an armadillo, a spider monkey in studio. It is part 2 of our just an unreal conversation with David and Lisa Jackson. They're from Zoo to You, the husband and wife duo who've really dedicated their whole lives to rescuing and raising some of the planet's most incredible creatures. And now they're giving us an opportunity to stay out there on the property of the zoo among all these animals. We're talking baby animals, the real reason tigers snap. I love this part of the conversation. What a kangaroo really thinks of us when they're looking back at us, and how to speak really fluent animal we're going to learn today, using nothing but your body language. From Hollywood backstages to even giving otters a forever home in Paso, this is not just another cute animal story. It's really about a connection that these people have with not just Paso, not just SoCal, but with these exotic animals that they're able to, educate people on conservation and then give homes to. So I'm excited our chat with David, Lisa Jackson coming up in just a bit. Now, Paso Wine. This is going to be ending at the end of the month, a locals only pass for Wine Fest, May 15th through 17th. The main grand tasting is May 16th. And right now, locals, if you live in SLO County, you can get in for just $99. I know, those prices are going to go up. You can do this to the end of February. How do you do it? Well, you got to go in person to either the Paso Chamber on Spring Street or the San Luis Obispo Chamber. You could do that. It's on Monterey. And show them your ID, $99, Paso Wine Fest. Another way in, you can go to adamontiel.com right off the homepage. You can win your way in. We're going to have some tickets there. So again, even if you're about to go buy some tickets at that really low rate, still get to adamontiel.com. Try your luck at winning some. PasoWine.com for the 411.
It's Up and Adam with Adam Montiel.
Yesterday we met 3 animals, an armadillo, Yindi, the baby kangaroo, like 6 months old, and then a spider monkey that's as old as me. Today we're going to meet really the why. We're going to do part 2 of our conversation with David and Lisa Jackson, the heart and soul behind Zoo to You. If you thought a spider monkey in studio in the LoBro Studio was wild, wait till you hear what's still to come. Getting right back in to our conversation, part 2 with David and Lisa Jackson from Zoo to You. You bring these to the schools. Mm-hmm. The schools will come to you. You'll do encounters. People can check them out. List out the badgers, otters.
Oh yeah, beaver, otter, capybara, owls and hawks and falcons and vultures and bats eagles. And bald eagles. Lots of different birds of prey. Lots of different owls. If you're into Harry Potter, we have probably 6 species of owls.
Barn owl, screech owl,
great horned owl, barred owl, Eurasian eagle owl. So all those, and then reptiles, snakes and alligators and skinks and tarantulas and cockroaches. And
skinks, like the big, like lizard kind of thing?
Yeah, lizards.
I'm going to give you back the cutest little kangaroo. I just want to kiss her. She's so cute.
Oh, I kiss her.
So, and the kangaroos, of course, and lemurs, like you said. Monkeys.
Do you miss the big ones?
I do. That was, you've known me for a long time.
I know, right?
That was my thing, working with the big carnivores.
And your relationships with them were uncanny. It was unbelievable.
It was a lot of pride involved in being able to be the only one to be able to take the tigers, all the way off to, fly them across country to New York and do the Today Show or Letterman or something like that with one of those big animal stars, like you said, Jack Hanna earlier, or Julie Scardina, the representatives for the big zoos, their animals do what they do where they do it, but you take them out of those environments and they can be very stressed. So flying cross country is not something that any zoo's animals can do, but that's what our animals do every day, right? Jump in a crate, they've never go somewhere they've never been before, a new school, brand new every day, and so their heads wrapped around that kind of, every day is different, and so we would put on a San Diego Zoo shirt or put on a Busch Garden shirt or a Columbus Zoo shirt or whatever and pretend that we were, with those zoos. But our animals, because it made them look good, because our animals always look calm and comfortable.
That's so
and
cool.
So it's
these big places would be using
it.
your animals because they're in better form to go make those appearances. Did you bring a monkey of some sort?
I don't miss the travel, though.
Yeah.
Getting a tiger to New York is no fun.
I can't even imagine what you would have to do to get a tiger to New York. Like
I'll tell you real quick. It's the job. You got to get the animal in a crate. Then you got to drive 3 hours to LAX or San Francisco because there's no small planes that'll take them. So you got to drive all the way to where the big planes are that are cross-country trips. And then you go to the cargo department. You take the animal out. They weigh the crate separately from the animal. Then they have to inspect it. And then you have to put the animal back in. So it's got to want to do all these things. And then you got to basically say, watch it. They allow us. We had a great relationship with American Airlines, and they allow us to actually be with the animal all the way, forklift, the whole bit to get it up on into the plane. And then we are on board that same plane. We fly with it, and then we get to go off and go down on the tarmac, and they escort us down there to watch the animal get unloaded, and then you unload it, and then you got to get into the city. And so you leave at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning from Paso Robles. You fly out at about 8 a.m. You get to New York at about 3 or 4. Then you get into the city about 8 or 9. And then you finally get into the hotel about 10 or 11. You try to get a couple hours sleep because you got to be at the studio at 5 a.m. And then you got to get the animal to want to come out, go on to set for probably, 2-3 minutes.
Right.
And then do the segment. And then turn around and back in the crate. It's got to want to do that.
Where does it stay in the hotel?
Yeah, well, that's special places that they allow us.
Yeah, right.
Special parking and special.
Oh my gosh, that is no small
it's not
monkey.
Fun. It's not fun.
Oh my gosh, what did you bring?
This is Maya. She is one of our greatest, longest, oldest ambassadors. I'm sure you've met her before.
Yeah, it looks kind of familiar.
Yeah, she's a little spider monkey. She was found in a garbage dumpster in Los Angeles in 1994, and she's been with us ever since. People always ask how old she is. 1994, she came to us, and she was probably around 6 or 7 or 8 years old. Because she wasn't fed correctly, she's got metabolic bone disease, curvature of her bones and stuff like that, and her dentition didn't develop correctly, so it's difficult. It was difficult to tell what her age was when we got her. But now she's in her late 30s. I always like to say she's 39. It's easy for me to remember because I'm also 39. And so we say she's probably in her mid 40s now, but she's been with us for a very long time.
You and I both, girl.
She's one of our greatest little ambassadors. Yeah.
Wow, a spider monkey.
Yeah.
What was that movie that something like a spider monkey,
Talladega Nights or something like that. Yeah.
So tell me about what these things will do. Why are they called spider monkeys, and how do they differ from some of the other monkeys that we're enamored with in the kingdom?
Up in the trees in the jungles of Central and South America, they look like big old giant hairy tarantulas. That's their spider monkey name. And they have really long limbs, like spidery legs and spidery fingers.
No thumbs.
Yeah. No thumbs on their hands. Thumbs on their feet.
Yeah.
This is one of the few monkeys that can live in the highest place in the canopy.
Really?
Most highly adapted prehensile tail.
Look at that.
It doesn't even have any hair on the bottom of it. It's like your dad's finger, all hairy on the back and all callous on the bottom. They're super acrobatic. They're swingers. They're brachiators. They're different than the other monkeys. They don't jump around the tops of the branches, which is why they don't really have the thumbs. They just have the big old 4 fingers like hooks. Amazing creatures in the wild. Researchers have a hard time following them. They're so good at what they do. 25 miles an hour through the trees.
Swinging.
Oh, yeah.
Jumping, swinging.
Yeah.
Wow.
And super smart. Super smart. One of the smartest monkeys in the world.
What does he or she eat?
Oh, every kind of fruit and vegetable you can imagine. Mostly fruit. These guys are mostly frugivores, but they'll eat some insects. They'll eat a little bit of protein. They'll eat some eggs out of a bird nest. They'll eat bark and grass and just about anything. Anything that's up in the trees, and pretty much everything's up there.
Yeah.
Their entire world. The canopy of the rainforest is a world of its own, and so she doesn't really need anything else or to be able to go anywhere else.
So do you have to obviously I imagine, oh my God, that's the way he
He or she again, I forgot.
She's
just holding it and like, and then tell me some of the other things that you will see this one do that just reflect like, oh my gosh, what a smart animal.
She keeps the keepers on their toes.
She does.
Really?
Well, one thing we let her do for fun is, she doesn't have any kind of leash or anything on her. We just let her climb trees at the zoo. She'll go up, and the guests just look at me like, you just let that monkey go up the tree? And I go, yeah. And they're like, how are you going to get her down? And I go, she'll come down.
Yeah.
It's fine. She'll stay up there, enjoy the sun for a few minutes, come down. If there's berries in the tree, she'll eat those before she comes down. But what a life. And we're like, she's got it great here. You know, she doesn't.
Are there anything like these animals like that they can't eat and they want to? And, with your dog, you're always worried about like, oh, don't get that off the plate or, God forbid, chocolate. Are there things like these animals like, I hope she doesn't eat that because she ain't supposed to.
That was the biggest mistake God ever made.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, not letting dogs eat chocolate.
Dogs can't eat chocolate. Yeah,
they're pretty good about not eating the things that they're not supposed to. Wild animals are pretty smart. Like you think, oh, it's a poisonous plant. You should worry about that. Unless the animal's starving, it's not going to eat it. It's going to stay away from it because it knows better, the bitter taste or whatever it is, the alkaline taste of a leaf from a poisonous plant. They totally get that. So you don't have to worry too much. But junk food's not a good thing. I mean, that's why she has metabolic bone disease, because when animals like this, monkeys especially, are somebody's illegal pet, feeding them junk food is the fun thing to do. Oh, look at the monkey eating pizza.
Yeah.
And so they get ice cream and potato chips and soda pop. And so that's why she never grew up to be big and strong. That's why she's got the bone problems, is because she didn't get proper nutrition. But then once she came to us and got proper nutrition, all that was arrested. She's not going to grow up to be a normal-sized spider monkey, but she's also not going to get any worse.
How big would have this kind of spider monkey got if not for the bone disease?
3 times this big.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if they still. I haven't been in
big.
Central Coast Zoo in a while, but they used to have spider monkeys at Central Coast Zoo. But any zoo that you go to usually has spider monkeys, and you can see they're about 3 times bigger than her.
Oh my goodness!
I've obviously fed correctly and taken care of by zookeepers who know what they're doing, and not by somebody's pet that they want to look at it eating McDonald's.
So are there things that you have to kind of keep in mind with this one that because of the bone disease that maybe if it didn't have it you would you wouldn't have to mind, or is it pretty normal now?
She's totally normal. She can't straighten her legs all the way, and she doesn't do a lot of swinging around like most spider monkeys would do. She tries to scoot around most of the time. You got to make considerations such as who can she live with. And she's not a normal-sized spider monkey, so I can't put her in with others of her own kind because they would take advantage of her. But we have other monkeys that are about her size, like capuchin monkeys, so she lives with a capuchin monkey. She lives with a capuchin monkey named Crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
And do you ever find these different kinds of monkeys, will they get along?
Well, they do. Yeah, sure. Yeah. They're roommates in the wild. They live in the same jungles in the same areas, and so if we don't really care what species is going to be the companion animal to an animal that needs to be social, like a monkey. If it's a monkey that is a social grouping monkey, then we want to make sure that they're either at least close to other primates, like in a habitat next door. Even if they're not going to get along with the lemur, at least they're next door to the lemurs. Or if we can, give them a companion that they can live with. And that doesn't have to be another monkey. We've had monkeys that have lived with rabbits for years and years and years, and I love their basically it's the monkey's pet rabbit. They groom them and sleep with them and feed them. It's not necessarily needed to put them in with their own kind, so we can mix and match. And it's just the fact that they are a social animal, and then we just monitor that social interaction, make sure it's safe, and then who cares what it is? I don't care if it's a goat.
So crazy to see the way that a monkey like us will straight look at its food before it eats it. I mean, it's not just like there's just so many similarities.
Oh yeah, did you see her? I gave her a piece of apple, and she took it, looked at it, threw it down. I don't want that.
I don't want that. Oh my gosh! And the way they both just kind of coexist next to each other.
Most of our animals are so used to traveling together and going to schools together, and these two are often together at a school. part of a around the world program that I do. So we go to South America, we see the monkey. We go to Africa and see a porcupine, and we go to Madagascar and see a lemur, and then we go to Asia and see an owl or a snake, and then Australia to see a roo. So they're all used to being in the vehicles together and being next to each other.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have one, either of you, that just kind of like seems to, maybe not because you mesh with it, or maybe because it is, but just like you feel like that's like my spirit animal. That's like kind of where I'm at. If I were going to be in that kingdom, I'd probably be one of them.
Marine mammals for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. The otters at the zoo are I'm pretty close to them.
Yeah.
It's hard, though. It's amazing how quick you can build a relationship with just about anything. Birds, some of the relationships, they're all so different. It's like having that many children. I feel like I have 100 children, and I just love them differently, you know?
Yeah. Let's talk about the accommodations, David. We have different places we could stay out there. How does someone book that? How many people can come out? Can you bring, you pet friendly? I don't know. Like, tell me everything about it.
Yes. To an extent, we're pet friendly. We just got to talk it over with people first, because it's not really so much that we don't want a dog there, or a cat for that matter. It's that people don't think about the fact that their dog or their cat is going to respond to a zoo full of wild animals, maybe not like they think. Like they've never smelled those smells before. And
there's a lot going on.
And even though we don't have big carnivores anymore, we do have carnivores. We have coyotes, and we have lynx, and we have bobcat, and we have, and so they'll smell those animals and be less than normal. And so we just have to talk that over. So yeah, we're pet friendly for sure. Heck, are you kidding? How could we not be?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
You have a freaking zoo.
Yeah, we have a zoo. But most people are traveling with their family without their pets. Most of the people that come and they stay overnight and stuff are from out of town. And but every once in a while, somebody brings their pet. But yeah, you can go online, zoo2u.org, and then it takes you to a booking company, Fair Harbor and Peak right now that we're transitioning between. That will do everything for you. You can book your encounter and your time and your date, and then if you want to stay overnight, that's an addition that you can add on. We changed that because we did originally have the night stay for the tents or the tiny houses something separate, but we discovered real quickly that it didn't work, because if the people weren't also doing an encounter, maybe the encounters were booked, but they saw a tent was open, and then they book a tent, but then they'd be like, no, we really came for the encounter, so they'd be all up in our business.
Yeah.
Well, they're there, so it's only an add-on.
And I know that it wasn't your sanctuary, but the wolves used to be next door to you.
Yeah, the wolf hybrid. Yeah, the wolf hybrid facility.
Is that there? Is that not there anymore? It's not
no,
there. No. Yeah, that was many years ago.
Matriarch of that organization passed away. And
that's right. We interviewed her once.
Yeah, Chrissy. Yeah.
But what a wild time to be having literally bears, tigers, wolves on the other side of the property line. Yeah. Like Eastside Paso was unlike anything else.
That's true.
Yeah, and then we were never ever until 2020. People never came out there.
Right.
So they didn't even know where we were.
Right.
Where we were now. It's like you said, open for encounters and stuff like that. So people will set up an appointment and be able to come out. But it's still very limited. We only do one group at a time. Like if it's you and your wife, or you and your family, or whatever, it's just you. We don't book at 10 o'clock and there's 5 families or whatever. We don't do that. It's all very private, which is what people wanted right during COVID. They just didn't want to be around anybody else. They wanted to do their own private thing, their own little pod, and travel with them. And so that's how we started that. And we discovered real quickly it's way better because every group has a personality. Yeah. And we want to cater to that with the animals. We want to, this group's kind of wild and crazy. Let's do this. This group's very mellow and withdrawn, and let's do this. So, and we didn't want to mix that. We wanted everybody to get a really great personal experience.
How are my bald eagles doing?
Great. They're wonderful.
Love the bald
so
eagles. And it's so cool that you'll see wild ones fly over because they know, it's so neat.
Right now.
Really?
Yeah. This is when the migration happens. Through Paso Robles, through the county here, through SLO County, is the migration from up north, from Alaska. Hundreds, thousands of bald eagles are heading south, and in February and March. And so you go out to the lakes or wherever, and you'll just see literally 100 bald eagles nowadays.
Incredible. I remember doing on horseback ride at Santa Margarita Ranch this time of year a couple years ago, and seeing oh my God, is that 3, 4, 5? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we'll get them, and they'll come by and talk to our birds.
Yeah. And then how is the mountain lion, Lisa? Mountain lion.
Charlie, in fact, we are going to see him. We're heading to a macropod conference in a few weeks into Florida. That's where he lives now. Oh. He has a beautiful home there with another mountain lion. We were asked if we would be willing to relocate him, and we said absolutely. This new facility they built has a pool and a waterfall. It's huge, and I think the best part is the friends.
Maya's trying to pet the
Oh
kid.
my gosh, I'm dying. That's so funny.
Yeah, a real close friend runs a wildlife center in Jupiter called Bush Wildlife Center. And she called us up, and this big sob story. She got a huge grant to build this amazing mountain lion habitat. And her mountain lion died.
Oh.
Yeah. And so she's like, what's Charlie doing? And so we're like, oh, he would love that.
He would. That's so cool.
Yeah, so he's out there. We're going to go visit him real soon
Oh,
here,
cool.
Yeah, I miss him.
I can't believe I have videos of me holding this little one
he's
at
wonderful.
like, I don't know, multi-weeks old. It's just like, oh my God. When else can you hold a mountain lion? Like, never. But when they're like that little kitten or whatever. Oh, man.
Well, if you're ever in Florida, I'll set you up.
Yeah,
You can go visit him. Go say howdy. Yeah.
Well, even when we saw him that Christmas, it was like, wow, they get big quick.
Yeah, he's got this huge artificial rock waterfall situation
lucky.
with this lake that he can swim in.
Sure,
And I know, with Florida weather all the time.
Right.
Yeah, other than the hurricanes, he's pretty sad.
What did that movie Tiger King do to the zoo game? I mean, that was so, first of all, Florida, right? Florida people. But like the whole idea of, and then he was a really eccentric kind of odd personality. Was that almost for conservationists and for folks like you? Was that like, oh, good God?
It was, no, it was, oh, thank God people are finding out about it. He was notorious. We all knew him. We all knew who he was.
Oh, wow.
I personally chose to never have any interaction with him, thank God, because many who did ended up being part of the little scooped up net. But the situation was really, really dire prior to Tiger King coming out, of how many tigers were being bred here in the United States, not just by Joe Maldonado, but by many people, pumping out babies to use for photo booths to make a fortune while they're really, really young and people can sit with them and take their picture and everything. And they were just abused. They were terribly cared for. So there was just, and then when they get too big to do that, then they just go back either into the breeding program, but then these guys like him would end up with hundreds of tigers and they couldn't take care of them. And so then they would just euthanize them. They would just shoot them, and use them for food for the rest of the animals and everything. It was a horrible situation that was literally perpetuating. There was over 5,000 tigers in the United States and less than 5,000 in the wild. So to us, shedding light on that, like in most things, sun sterilizes, and shedding the light on just this one situation, made some laws be passed, made Biden sign the Big Cat Act and everything. And so now, they can restrict. They can't use those things anymore. They can't use pumped out baby tigers for photo booths anymore. They can't.
Great.
It used to be there was a rule, that you could up to 75 pounds, you could take it, and everything. Now it's all done. So most of those places, thank God, are out of business. And he was just the whipping boy.
Yeah.
For putting light on that whole terrible situation. And it wasn't just tigers; it was lions and bears.
Yeah.
And there was so many, and sold for body parts and skins and everything else. It was
Unreal.
It was terrible.
It's a whole
So it's much better now. It's
economy
much better.
you don't even want to know about. Like, it's just like this dark.
It's in our world because we're the ones that heard about the rescue situations and everything, and we'd have to go in and there was times when we'd get calls to go and help with a major operation of hundreds of animals, sometimes thousands of animals. We just not that long ago got a call about trying to help out with a fur farm that there was thousands of foxes. And it's calling all, APB out for, All Points Bulletin for all the zoos and all the facilities that could possibly help out and everything and that kind of stuff. But it doesn't happen as much anymore. Just right here in the state of California, our organization, Conservation Ambassadors UDU, was involved in 3 facility shutdowns right here in California. We had to help take care of their animals and find them places and take some ourselves and everything else but that's because things are getting better with the regulations and with enforcement. And
Did I read that?
Tiger King opened that up.
Yeah,
Tiger King opened that up.
Did I read that foxes like the way certain people of certain places evolved with their eyes because of the wind and sand? Is that why foxes' eyes are like that? Or how did, I heard there was something about the way that their eyes are so interesting because of either wind or sand or things, the way they've evolved? I don't know.
Sure, especially the desert foxes, like the finnick from Africa. And so, yeah, and they're all different. I mean, if you're a desert animal, you're going to have eye protection abilities that are
how we
adapted
evolve
to.
as
Yeah, like the
species, whether it's
camels have the big
people or-
long
yeah.
eyelashes to catch the sand, and animal. Absolutely, that's one of our shows that we do in the schools is Amazing Animal Adaptations, and basically talking about the physical and behavioral characteristics of an animal for where it lives. Some of them very specific, like that. Or like this spider monkey with the no thumb and the extra long fingers and stuff and the prehensile grasping tail. There's certain animals that are specifically built for exactly where they live through those adaptations for whatever it happens to be, the wind or sand or the trees or 300 feet in the air or whatever it happens to be. The peregrine falcon had to develop diving, stooping at hundreds of miles an hour because the mallard duck, their favorite food, is faster than they are.
Is that right?
The fastest animal in the world is a mallard duck.
No way.
Oh, yeah, if you put everything in a race for a mile, cheetahs on the ground, horses, flying fish in the ocean, all the birds flying, the mallard duck would win about 75 miles an hour.
Wow.
In a straight line, yeah. But the peregrine falcon had to have an adaptation, which is the stoop, which is flying thousands of feet higher than the ponds. When the ducks came off the pond, then they dive down at an angle, about a 30-degree angle to get at them. And that's an adaptation. And the extra long rear talon so that they can slice them on the way down. So all those things and and it's so fascinating.
Adaptation.
Yeah, fascinating to see the
Look at
physical
this.
characteristics of the animal.
The tail.
So their heart rate goes down when they hop, which I can let her down here in a minute. So they are just basically set up for hopping. All right, okay, you can get down and hop.
Oh my gosh, cool.
Woohoo! Okay, so I wish you could see it, but she's everything about her set up for hopping.
Fused hips, super huge thigh muscles, big powerful tail. It's all for hopping.
She sees herself reflection there.
Oh, so cute. She does.
So as she moves slowly, she's moving as a unit slowly. But that's perfect for hopping. If you think about it, you want your feet to leave at the same time to be the most efficient at hopping. So she can go 30 miles an hour hopping.
Really?
You should see her in the outback. When I let her go, she gets her hop on and...
That's oh my God. She's looking at herself in the reflection. That's so cute.
Yeah, she's like, I'm much happier.
I love it. So I would be remiss if I had you in studio and we did not talk about my dear friend and your lovely daughter, Sammy, who we lost just far too young. And, we connected deeply right before her service. And, of course, the service that you created for her was just beautiful at the zoo, which was like the exact way she would have just loved it, with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people.
That was her zoo.
Yeah.
That's her zoo. Yes.
And what a special girl. And just, I don't know, I just feel like I'm just so connected with you. Even when I hugged you, I just felt like your heart beat. And I feel Sammy when I talk to you and think of you.
You're the first call I made to say somebody needs to speak at her memorial, and it certainly can't be me.
Yeah.
I would be completely incapable. And thank you for that. That was amazing. Yesterday would have been her 33rd birthday.
No way.
She was
kidding? Wow.
No, she was born on Groundhog Day, which was always funny because it's
That's right, because
the only animal related
our birthdays
holiday.
are 2 days apart, and mine's tomorrow. That's crazy. I remember us talking about that now.
Yeah, she would have been
Wow.
33. She, people ask me, all the time, oh my God, just shoulda, woulda, couldas and stuff like that. And I have none. I have none. I had an amazing 30 plus years with my daughter. We did everything. She was on my hip. She was daddy's girl. I have no regrets whatsoever.
Amazing the
happy with
ability
the time I got
to
spent with
relate to animals in the way that you did. We talked about that innate
natural.
aspect.
Yep.
Just wild.
She was born with it. Yep, absolutely, 100%. She made me so proud. At one point, she decided to dedicate her life to animals by moving to Africa and gonna just basically live her life for the mountain gorillas of the Congo.
Yeah.
And spent quite a lot, many months over there trying to get everything set up. Unfortunately, powers beyond her control prevented her from staying and accomplishing that completely. But for months and months and months, she was over there doing that, and that's what she had decided that she was going to do. And this, I'll tell you, man, that's the coolest thing for a dad. Yeah, to raise somebody like that. Because preachers' kids are drug addicts. Yeah, right. Mechanics' cars never work. It's when you have a wildlife conservation dad, you don't really expect that the kids are good. But she was 1,000% better than me at conservation.
Oh, the way she would run those shows at the fair, and she would always come and bring whatever animal she was dealing with me when I was broadcasting.
Oh, that's
there.
right. Yeah, you guys had the live broadcast at the fairgrounds every year. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, 25 years we did that fair.
Man.
Yeah. We only do the state fair now because we only did those two fairs. We're not fairies.
Right.
We're carnies.
Yeah, right, for real.
We just did those two fairs because they were close to our facilities, and we have a sister facility up in Northern California, up in Colfax, that is close enough to the California State Fair, and then Mid-State Fair next door to us, and so we went and did those to get close to our peoples. Mainly, our public, because really the families never got to see us, only the kids at the schools,
right,
and some teachers and stuff. But so it was always a great thing, and they used to be back to back. It was wonderful. We do the Mid-State Fair, and we go up and do the State Fair, and then the schools moved their start date back from after Labor Day to mid-August and the beginning of August and everything else. So State Fair lost all of its business, so they had to move their fair back, and it overlaps now with State Fair. So and we can only do the State Fair. We can't do this anymore.
And that's in Sacramento.
I miss the State Fair. I miss the Mid-State Fair.
Yeah,
I love the Mid-State Fair.
Sure,
I really miss doing it. Yeah, so we're up in Sacramento though.
There was a piece of paper that you wrote for Sammy's service, and you read from it, and you delivered your words, and then you left that piece of paper up there, and I took it home, and I have this box where I keep just special things that and that paper is still folded up, and I saw it probably like 2-3 weeks ago, and I just looked and I read it over, every word of it, just one page, and it was just like so tightly worded, and I don't even know how you read on such a font. You must have great eyes. But I don't know, I just wanted to tell you that, and if you ever wanted it back, I'd give it to you, but I have it, and I love it, and I love you.
Oh, I'm surrounded by her. I'm surrounded by Sammy. She is everywhere. She's in everything. She, not only just part of my life, but part of all the animals' life and the zoo's life and its creation and its progress. And my house is completely covered in pictures and memorabilia and stuff. So I'm like yesterday, people were sending me many messages yesterday during my birthday and asked me how I was and everything. And I'm like, this is a happy day. This is always, her birthday was always, because Groundhog's Day and, is the only animal related holiday and everything. So,
that's true.
And then I just surround myself with her every day. So it's, I get as much joy as I possibly can. And I had so much joy with her for 30 plus years.
Random calls from her all the time. And we would just talk for either a long time or like 2 seconds. And sorry, I can't hear you. My bars are breaking up, and I just got a toucan. It's in the car. Like, you just got a toucan? Like, what? Just the best memory. So thank you for letting me bring Sammy up. I would feel like this would be a great conversation with you. And Lisa,
you got to spend so much time with her, too. She came here and did this for me for so long.
Oh, my God, right? Yeah, for a while, I didn't even get my David film because she was doing everything.
Yeah, Sammy wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
She'd go, I'm going. I get to talk to Adam. Yeah.
And then, Lisa, I've loved, our relationship in the last several years, and love all of your stories, and this has just been so much fun. Like, I just love Zoo to You so much, and the work you guys do. If people want to learn more about you, donate. Like, there's businesses, like you guys are a nonprofit, very worthy nonprofit. How can people learn more about you to support you?
That is zoo2u.org. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's lots of information on there. There's obviously donate buttons and stuff, so that's always fantastic. We suck at that.
Yeah.
We're terrible.
Yeah.
We do our thing, and we're terrible at asking for help and help money. But so when people give it to us, it's always just like, whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah, so if you're a business, or even if you're listening, you go like, I got $5. Like, you can go make a donation. Put $5 on your card. You won't even feel it, and it's the price of like less than the ice milk, oat mocha, whatever you just ordered.
And call
you're
us
making
and
me
help.
feel uncomfortable right now.
Yes. Right.
I know.
No, but
I
I'm
can't
not, because we have a long list of improvements and new enclosures and habitats we want to make for the animals. So it's nonstop. We're constantly putting any donations we get to the next project and giving the animals the best lives.
Yeah.
So
I like it when people get stuff for the animals. Like they'll donate for a specific reason. Like we had a donor year, Sammy's ex-boyfriend donated $12,000 to have the concrete done for our big, huge 75-foot aviary for all the animals, which basically we call it the playground.
Yeah.
And because of his donation, we were able to do that. I like it when they do that, when they don't just, willy-nilly give money. I like it when we're registered on Chewy, get the animals something.
Oh, that's okay.
That saves us the money.
Sure.
So it's, same thing. But,
right, yeah.
But then the person knows I'm literally helping the animals.
Yes, there you go.
I'm not just, because a lot of times when you give money to an organization, you don't know where the money goes.
Right.
So I like it when people can choose.
There you go. I love that.
Yeah, and we just a family that gave us enough money to start and build a beautiful capybara enclosure. I don't know if you've seen it with the waterfall and pond, and it makes my heart so happy, especially when you see the capybaras sliding down the waterfall.
Stop it. Capybaras are my favorite rodents.
Are they?
It's
I think
pretty
they're my
cute.
favorite rodents.
Well, there's a few there, so come on out and get mauled by a cappy. A happy cappy. Yeah,
Happy Cappy.
Yeah.
All right, you got to check out zoo2u.org. We got Lisa, we got Dave. We'll definitely make sure that we don't wait too long to have you guys back again.
Okay, and
This
you
was
come
so much
visit.
fun. Absolutely. I'm
Okay.
overdue for a visit and a stay.
Yeah.
I'm going to come
Yep.
stay with you guys
Now you
soon.
got a house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell us. You have to write a review on the tiny house or something.
For sure will. Oh, well, love you guys. Thank you so much
Thank
for being
you.
with us.
Love you more.
Thank
Always
you.
have. Thank you, Adam.
Some say life is where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again.
All right, a massive thank you, David, Lisa. Just love them. Love that heartfelt conversation. Get to zoo2u.org. Of course, all the links in the show notes. And what a cool experience to get out there and stay. And they use the word tents when they're describing, they are, but they're not like your average tent. It's it's enclosed, it's heated, it's beautiful. It's a really high-end situation there. But now they got that mini house. And you could put 4, 5, I think a couple would be perfect in there, but you could literally have 4 people, and they got the couch that folds out to a queen size bed. You got this loft above, so pretty legit. And again, the best part, you're among all these exotic animals and get to have encounters with them. So follow them on your socials. Go to zoo2u.org. Again, all them links in the show notes. Okay, might be taking the day off tomorrow as we are celebrating my birthday yesterday. Did this media tour. I gotta say, we went to Libretto and we interviewed Corey Jordan on this show, I don't know, maybe a year and change ago. I had not been there because it was it's a members kind of thing, and I'm just not, cool enough to be a member there. It's a pretty legit spot. Went down there. He was the performer last night, and it was just I just had my jaw dropped. It was such a legit venue. The members there are great. The service was incredible. And then just listening to real incredible music. But the best part was the star of the evening, that piano. Remember, we told you the story about it. I got to find out what episode that was. You got to go back and if you just Google Corey Jordan on Up and Adam, the episode will come up. But the story behind this, this is the same Steinway. It's one of their concert Steinways. Beautiful, huge piano. It just has a different fingerprint of sound. As Corey said last night, it's like listening in color. And that puts a whole different meaning when you hear this thing. The reflection of the chords above it on that big thing that comes down so you get to see inside the piano. There's even a reflection on the panel where he plays. So you could see, when you're looking at his fingers, you could see both sides of his fingers play. It was just magical. It was really insane. So super cool. So thanks to Libretto for hosting. We have 6 different media folks from all over California. I think I have it easy because, it's in my backyard and I, have the least, amount of drive to cover. But people are all over, LA, the Bay, Santa Barbara, all over the place. So it's been really cool to meet different folks from different walks of media life coming to see Paso and experience it. So we're back at it today. I'm excited about it. Hopefully catch up with Robin Coleman from the Woods Humane Society. I was supposed to yesterday. We just missed each other. But until then, I want to thank you so much for connecting here. You can go to moonshinercollective.com. Always want to thank them for original music on the show called Start Again. Stream them wherever you get your music. And moonshinercollective.com. Also, Josh and Chiasa Clapper, my good friends from Timbre Winery. Timbre. Yes, it's pronounced timbre. I know. Their village, well, it's not their village of Arroyo Grande, but their tasting room is in the village of Arroyo Grande, TamberWinery.com, and I thank them immensely for giving us the Tamber LoBro Studios. And to you, thank you for rating, reviewing, subscribing to the show wherever you listen to it. Appreciate you a lot. Brand new episode dropped late last week, Where Wine Takes You, my podcast with Paso Wine. Wherever you're listening to this, you can listen to that. Just appreciate you more than you know. Hope you have a great rest of your day, great Thursday, beautiful outside all over SoCal. I'm Adam Montiel. Thank you for being up and at 'em.
Some say life's where it begins. Straight to the stars is where it ends. Only to start again. Let's start again. We'll start again. Let's start again.